beautiful message from George Floyd's brother yesterday about his brother, about the way America is responding to what happened to his brother. I continue to pray without ceasing for every single American who has been devastated by the events of the last, 4 months, 5 months? We're getting into June now, and we have just been thrown a lot. The really stunningly good news about the unemployment rate. The May jobs report came out today, and as this president has been fighting to reopen America and fighting for the economy, well, despite the essential shutdown of the country, we have begun to reopen. And under this president, we've seen 2.5 million new jobs added. They thought they were going to lose 7.5 million jobs in the month of May. We added 2.5 million instead of the unemployment rate shooting up to 20%. Remember they told us that was going to happen in June? Remember all the gloom and doom predictions? The unemployment rate actually dropped from 14.7%, which is brutal, to 13.3%, which is still brutal, but it's going down. So once again, like so many things we've been told in 2020, the so-called experts got it wrong again. In New York City, which has been just horribly, horribly hit by coronavirus. And I pray they won't be hit again, because with all the thousands and thousands of protesters marching in the streets of Manhattan and beyond, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, I mean, how are those people not going to be giving each other the virus? And how will we not see a spike? And yet, in the last 24 hours in New York City, there has not been a single coronavirus death in that huge American city. I'm not going to live the rest of my life looking back and wondering about the shutdown. I'm not going to say, because we'll never know. You can make the case, perhaps, that the shutdown, the social distancing, the masks, the hand washing made this huge difference. You could make the case that it didn't, that there was a lot of hype. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not. I don't have it in me, and I don't think I ever will. I'm just relieved that America is starting to see light. And I am grateful for the powerful words of Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother. I'm not going to focus on Al Sharpton. I really don't care about a lot of angry, divisive rhetoric. Yeah, you want to stand up at a memorial service and rail about the president walking across the street to a church? Okay, knock yourself out. What I want to talk about and what I want to focus is Terrence Floyd. And I believe the Floyd family's message is being heard by people who would otherwise want to be violent, want to be destructive, want to take from other people, take from companies. Perhaps they're hearing George Floyd's brother's heartfelt plea.
I'm proud of the protest, but I'm not proud of the destruction. I'm going to say that again. I'm proud of the protest, but I'm not proud of the destruction. My brother wasn't about that. The Floyds is a God-fearing family. I want to thank God. I was mad, I was upset, but I want to thank God. It wasn't his fault. It was his purpose. It was his will. Took me a few days to come to that realization, but I want to thank God.
Wow. You are not alone. And it does, I don't think I'm overstating this. Had a long, long talk with a friend of mine who's black last night. And he said, I do like the direction that we're going right now to have this dialogue. He said, I also don't like a lot of white people falling all over themselves, acting like they're Rosa Parks. He made a great point because there are people that are, you know, trying so hard and yet it doesn't always feel genuine. And that's why, since this happened and since we've seen the anguish that Americans are experiencing, I've been about trying to listen, had a lot of calls from young black men who are particularly vulnerable to the actions we've seen. And, you know, I also continue to lift up the honor of police officers who are good and decent, the vast majority of them.